Leviticus chapter 15. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying,
Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, The man that hath an issue of seed shall be unclean.
And then shall he be judged subject to this evil, when a filthy humour at every moment cleaveth to his flesh, and gathereth there.
Every bed on which he sleepeth shall be unclean, and every place on which he sitteth.
If any man touch his bed, he shall wash his clothes, and being washed with water, he shall be unclean until the evening. If a man sit where that man hath sitten, he also shall wash his clothes, and being washed with water shall be unclean until the evening.
He that toucheth his flesh shall wash his clothes, and being himself washed with water shall be unclean until the evening.
If such a man cast his spittle upon him that is clean, he shall wash his clothes, and being washed with water he shall be unclean until the evening.
The saddle on which he hath sitten shall be unclean.
And whatsoever has been under him that hath the issue of seed shall be unclean until the evening. He that carrieth any of these things shall wash his clothes, and being washed with water he shall be unclean until the evening. Every person whom such a one shall touch, not having washed his hands before, shall wash his clothes, and being washed with water shall be unclean until the evening.
If he touch a vessel of earth, it shall be broken. But if a vessel of wood, it shall be washed with water.
If he who suffereth this disease be healed, he shall number 7 days after his cleansing, and having washed his clothes and all his body in living water, he shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take 2 turtles, or 2 young pigeons, and he shall come before the Lord to the door of the tabernacle of the testimony, and shall give them to the priest, who shall offer one for sin, and the other for a holocaust, and he shall pray for him before the Lord, that he may be cleansed of the issue of his seed. The man from whom the seed of copulation goeth out shall wash all his body with water, and he shall be unclean until the evening. The garment or skin that he weareth he shall wash with water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. The woman with whom he copulateth shall be washed with water, and shall be unclean until the evening. The woman who at the return of the month hath her issue of blood shall be separated 7 days. Every one that toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. And everything that she sleepeth on, or that she sitteth on in the days of her separation, shall be defiled. He that toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and being himself washed with water, shall be unclean until the evening. Whosoever shall touch any vessel on which she sitteth shall wash his clothes, and himself being washed with water shall be defiled until the evening. If a man copulateth with her in the time of her flowers, he shall be unclean 7 days, and every bed on which he shall sleep shall be defiled. The woman that hath still issue of blood many days out of her ordinary time, or that ceaseth not to flow after the monthly courses, as long as she is subject to this disease, shall be unclean, in the same manner as if she were in her flowers. Every bed on which she sleepeth, and every vessel on which she sitteth, shall be defiled. Whosoever toucheth them shall wash his clothes, and himself being washed with water shall be unclean until the evening. If the blood stop and cease to run, she shall count 7 days of her purification. And on the 8th day she shall offer for herself to the priest 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons at the door of the tabernacle of the testimony. And he shall offer one for sin, and the other for a holocaust, and he shall pray for her before the Lord, and for the issue of her uncleanness. You shall teach therefore the children of Israel to take heed of uncleanness, that they may not die in their filth, when they shall have defiled my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath the issue of seed, and that is defiled by copulation, and of the woman that is separated in her monthly times, or that hath a continual issue of blood, and of the man that sleepeth with her. From PrayLamp, peace be with you.